January 21, 2021. I sent this to a friend last night, but now want to share it with everyone I know who is in the fight for our country along with me and millions of other Americans. I am not worried. But I absolutely understand why you may be. A deep state criminal is in the White House and the true POTUS is not. But let me explain why I am 100% positive that this is far from over and that God will prevail. No one knows exactly how this will go down, but I can tell you that the military is in charge of our country right now. The public is just not aware of it yet. Did you catch the probable slip by the current commander of the National Guard troops in DC when he was in a morning news show earlier this week? He said there would be a peaceful transition of military power. The criminals in the White House can issue all the BS executive orders they want. None of this will matter in the long run. Let me share just a few facts that make me feel this confident that these criminals will face justice and our country will come out better than ever when we get through this painful time. The election fraud that took place over the past few months was absolutely a military sting operation. Like many others, I've spent hours listening to witness and expert testimony and reading documents including the affidavits. There were military intelligence experts in this mix more than just a few. During press conferences, Sidney Powell referred to white hat computer experts more than once. The white hats were alleged to be good guys in our government that formed in a more cohesive manner after JFK was assassinated. Sidney's comments show they exist as least as geeks, lol. But, seriously, do we honestly think they are only in that role? If you haven't read EO 13848 from 2 years ago about foreign election interference, do so today. They had to complete the crime. And they will not be getting away with it. DC is a militarized zone right now. There is something in the range of 30,000 plus armed National Guard members, with thousands deputized as U.S. Marshals a few days ago, in the Capitol. This deployment is for 30 days. Photos show razor wire is on the inside and the fencing support system is on the outside of the fencing around the Capitol area. The military is checking identification of people both entering and leaving. Strange facts, for sure. Optics are incredibly important now more than ever. POTUS had to be far removed from all of this when it goes down. The lying media will still probably scream, coup, as they've already been setting up that narrative. But if POTUS had openly called the Insurrection Act and carried this all out during his term, the optics would have been terrible. Make no mistake, the military is on our side. They are not going to let the communists take over the country. These people committed treason. Think of the military's oath, enemies foreign and domestic, and then look at the meme I've included below. Those soldiers could face serious disciplinary action for that move. The military has always been the only way. POTUS had to let this play out in all of the courts proving they are corrupt. What does that do for us? It allows for military tribunals of civilians, no corruption. Justice Kavanaugh was asked about this at his confirmation hearings. No one knows exactly when or how this will go down. There's tons of speculation, but some have sauce, as they say. Many think the emergency broadcast system will be used to override the lying, propaganda media cutting off the info getting to the entire country. I can see them doing that, can't you? I wouldn't put anything past those jackals at this point. The FCC recently reminded their license holders of their responsibility to maintain their EBS system and that interfering in a broadcast has consequences, I'm paraphrasing. Many also think that this will be resolved within this 30-day window of the ING deployment. God knows we want it done now, but the optics of POTUS being far removed from this are very important. As well as believing the military isn't going to let us down, I also know in my heart that President Trump won't either. They will utterly destroy him and his family. Think the Bolsheviks, think I'm kidding. They want to send a message to any other outsiders who dare to try this again. Remember that POTUS never conceded and never uttered the words, Biden administration. The entire Trump family is smiling ear to ear lately and is still telling us the best is yet to come via a video from Don Jr. and Kimberly, in a lengthy social media post by Eric this week. Do we really think they'd be saying this if they didn't know something we don't quite yet? POTUS and the military know that the criminals are going to come after his supporters. They have spoken openly about this for years and now are pedal to the metal since certification and inauguration. However, the president and military are not going to throw US to the wolves. I know this in my heart. If I'm wrong, well, then I'm the fool. But, I'm okay with that. God is on the side of good and this is definitely a good versus evil battle. I think God will forgive me if I'm wrong. But I truly believe we're going to be fine. Some have said America had to have a near-death experience so we would wake up as a nation and world, really, so this would never happen again. Have faith.